Hey, Becky, we're back. And today I'm back for another Larry Boy and the Bad Apple disc swap video. Yep. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to disc swap with the USA Simpsons Hit and 1. Because you actually can't disc swap Larry Boy, or I don't know, I tried disc swapping other games with Hit and 1, like BFBB Hit and 1, or I think that was the Europe one we did. I don't remember if it was Europe or US. I don't remember, but I know if you want to, Larry Boy is the game that we like doing it with. Like I like doing it with because it reads the entire disc, and I have other fans want me to do the disc swapping of this game because it reads all this. It just reads the audio, just plays it. For those that don't know, this is what you can do with this game. You can actually just play the audio. So, disc swapping is not like this. Disc swapping normally does not keep reading like the audio. That's just what this game does. So what you have to do is you need a couple of things. I'm going to tell you guys how to do this in case you want to do this yourself. You need you can't do this on the console. Yeah, you need the emulator for. No, Larry Boy disc swapping you can do on the console, but what I'm showing you in today's video, you need the emulator. You need 7-zip, and you need to have a copy of Larry Boy and the Bad Apple USA. I use the US version. You can download on the internet. You can get it. You can whip this disc if you have it. However you want to go about that. You do you. You do whatever you want with that. Once you have Larry Boy disc US, and you need a USA Simpsons Hit and 1 PS2. So Larry Boy and the Bad Apple PS2 US and the Simpsons Hit and 1 US. Both PS2s. And then what you do is use 7-zip to open your US Simpsons Hit and 1. Yeah, you first if you download it on the internet, you need 7-zip to open the folder. But you also to extract the zip files. Well, you can also use 7-zip to open the ISO. And you're going to have to find some folders. I'll show you what you can do. Today's video, we're only focusing on the sound folder, the last sound folder. I forgot the other one, but I already made a video on that. So, I'm going to have to show you what I'm talking about, so. Okay, so once you open these, what you have to do is, let me just open these both. You need to open your Simpsons Hit and 1 USA. This is over the hedge. For heaven's sakes, give me a second, dude. Okay. So, open up the Simpsons Hit and 1 US, or in this case ISO. It says Simpsons the Hit and 1 US, but yeah, Hit and 1, the US version. And you need. Okay, so to disc swap, this is a quicker way. Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, disc swapping in general. You can actually just grab the files you want to use and put them in a custom. I use BFBB PS2 and I dump them in a folder. Yeah, you can do that. I already made videos on this, but what you do is you grab the files that you want to use. Now, for most games, you don't have to do that unless the voice files are farther in the sounds. Because a lot of these games, the sound files actually are ironically like the last couple folders. A lot of these games, unfortunately, are like that. So, yeah, if you want to play those audio files, what are you going to have to do normally? Disc swap Larry Boy with the game and wait for it to get to it. Yeah, it's annoying. So that's why it's always good to I learned that you can just grab the files and use them. That way it will play the stuff you want to hear. You don't have to just have it play all this textures and models, and because these that's not sounds. That's just gonna play like static. So that's why it's always good to grab the files. So, but for Hit and 1 US, you actually have to do this. Because, and you're probably wondering why you just use the Europe for it. Yeah, but the problem with the Europe one is the sound files. The dialogue folder doesn't matter because it goes through all English lines first on their own. And then that's it. Then it goes to all the Frenches and stuff, all the other dialogue. So it's fine because it goes in order. Well, that's not how the sound file works. The sound file is actually different. It will actually play the English and French and German. It plays them all just random stuff. It repeats sounds too. So the garbage can gag actually is a gag with voices where it goes boom, then it goes, I'm drowning in garbage water. You know, like Barney when he says that, or Otto says, "Ooh, the fumes in here are psychedelic." You know, like if you play Hit and One, you know what I'm talking about. So it plays the bang garbage bass sound, then it plays their voices. And what will happen is it will go through the German lines, then it will hit the and then it will go through this, then it will go. It won't be just English. It will go between all of them, which is not a problem. But the problem is, I want just all the audio and from all the English stuff. And the other problem with this is some sounds get reused. What I'm saying is, even sounds that don't have voices with them. The European Hit and One actually has some different, I guess, folders for the game. You know, for the different languages and regions. So, but here's the problem though. They reuse sounds in all the folders. All the sounds get reused 5 to 6 times. So you're gonna hear like the silent alarm activated like thing like 5, 6 separate times, and it's gonna play like the vending machine 6. The vending machine isn't even with a voice file. Yes, the silent alarm gag has the robotic voice saying silent alarm activated, and then all the other languages how the word would say. But that actually kind of makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is it reuses drinking the beer. Yeah, it's actually a new sound effect. You're supposed to be able to hear the beer drinking sound in most taverns, but for some reason it doesn't work properly. There's supposed to be a beer drinking sound. When they drink the duff, they go, look, 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 and they put the mug down. Yeah, apparently it won't play properly. But that sound doesn't have a voice file attached to it. It's just the sound. Well, apparently that sound effect is in every folder. In every US folder, the Europe, the French folder. Yeah, it plays it in every folder. So sounds that aren't even voice clips, sounds that don't have voices attached to them, are still being reused. So this sound folder, you know that video if you've seen it. It played it over and over. So that's why I'm like, no, let's try the US version, and so that we can just play the sounds from start to end, a clean run of them. You don't have to do it won't go through the same stuff again. So what you want to focus on, and US Hit and One, you can't just run the game as a disk swap. It won't support it. Now, if you add more folders to the ISO, like I taught you how to do, that makes games not support disk swapping. Support disk swapping. What I mean by that, some games when you disk swap with them, it starts reading at the end. So if you add more files, just empty files, you can support disk swapping. Then it will read higher up. It won't read empty files, obviously. It will make it read the game's files. I mean, that's a manipulation thing I found. So games that don't support disk swapping, the reason why that's happening, guys, is because when you disk swap with them, it starts reading at the end. I don't know why it does that. That's how it works. So if you add more files to it, then it will read higher up. That's a trick I found. But disk swapping Hit and One has a glitch. If you disk swap Hit and One with extra files, it won't even do anything. It just ends up going, That's all it does. It won't even move on. Just hums. I don't know why that's a thing, but what you have to do, I guess one of the files in the US version maybe bugs out Larry Boy and it won't read the disk swap properly. So what you have to do is grab the files outright, the ones you want to use. And the ones you want to use are right here. Dialogue, which means all character dialogue for Europe, but this is only going to be English since this is the US Hit and One. This will be all the voice clips in the entire game. Everything. Mission, conversations back and forth between characters, all the character dialogue, all Agnes lines, all Pooh's lines, Bart, Barney, all the characters. And I mean everything. You can, and with Larry Boy, since it reads the thing, you can just play them. And then there's a music file. I don't care for that because it doesn't play properly in disk swapping. This game doesn't even read it right. So there's another one. There's one other one here, and then there's this one. This is the one with the coins and the vending machines, the beer drinking, the dumpster gag. the yeah, all the funny gags you want to play are like a lot of the sound effects for coins and cars smashing and blowing up, and they're all in this file. Ever sounds like bird chirping and surround sounds are they're not in this folder. Like some sound effects are actually in the higher folders, but what you guys can do is you can experiment with this. If you grab the files you want to use, all you do is, let's say you want the dialogue folder plus everyone's, highlight this, press Control, and highlight the everyone's that you want to use, and then you would click on it. If you want stuff from today's video, you use this one, and then you go right click and click copy, and then open up a BFBB PS2. Use your 7-zip to open your ISO image. You can delete the hip and hop files. You're gonna see hip and hop files in these folders. Like for example, you're gonna in the folder BC, which stands for Barnacle Caves. I actually mod BFBB for those who don't know. I do mod this game. I do mod Movie Game. I also mod Scooby-Doo a lot. Not that much. I usually just take stuff from the Scooby-Doo game, like the enemies and stuff. I mess with that. And I also mod the Simpsons Hit 1 PC. But that's irrelevant. But I mod the Heavy Iron games, is what I'm saying. Most of them. Not the games after, like, Movie Game. You know, Incredibles, Up and stuff. I don't think there's even an editing tool for Up, but they're not right now, at least. New folder. So you can then delete the hip. You want to delete these. Because if you don't, it's going to play the sound effects, because it's going to play the BFBB audio when you disk swap Larry Boy with your custom BFBB, which has hit and one files in it. Sound. So you can make your own files and then put the sound file in, the dialogue file in, and it will read them. It will go in alphabetical order though. So let's say you add the dialogue file, it will be first, then the S. Yeah, that's how it works. So if you want it to play certain things first, you need to do it like that. Yeah, you have to actually do some manipulation here to make it read this game. It won't read it properly. For disk swapping, this game won't work. So this is how you make it support it. You just grab the files on their own. It's actually much easier to do it this way, because then you can just play them. And I added this to a lot of levels, so it's going to read this file, the sound file. It's going to pick it up, because I added it to a bunch of... It's just my way of hacking. I like hacking, and I like messing with things, with disk swapping. So, it's going to make this stuff be playable, because I put it in a lot of files. I could add extra stuff. I could add EverGames audio, and I can even add, like, this file could be Over the Heads audio. This file could be Despicable Me stuff. This file could be Movie Game. Well, Movie Game, actually, the sounds are in the hip and hop files. But you get what I mean, though. You can actually make your own little playlist of audio, and then you can disk swap it. Yeah. But I didn't take the Ever stuff. But the files you want to use are the dialogue file, music file if you want to use it, but it's going to be like... You won't even hear it properly. It's like, it's all heavily corrupted. It won't even play it properly. It will not read it right. You can't recognize what song is even playing. It's like that corrupted. Maybe there's a way to do it. Maybe, I don't know, but it never works. So then there's one file for some ever gags, like when Grandpa says to Maggie, "You know where my family lives," and "I'm lost." Like, you know, those gags. I swallowed my retainer. Ha ha. When Nelson punches Milhouse in the gut and laughs at him. Asshole. But, like, yeah, like, you know, like, all those lines. That's in a Never Gag sound file. The sound file we use today is for the coins and some gags it doesn't read. This file has the Ever stuff. There's one more thing there's two of them. And there's also the dialogue folder. I learned this trick a while ago with exploits, you can make it read stuff. And this is useful for BFBB disk swapping. Because BFBB disk swapping, and any game, for that matter, doesn't read the entire discs. Larry Boy, you can just have it play stuff. So what I mean is, let's say you want to hear Otto saying, "Whoa, these fumes are psychedelic." Well, it will reach that dialogue. It will get to it. Because Larry Boy keeps reading the CD, so that file will be played. Once it gets to that voice clip, it's going to read it. Now, disk swapping normally... with BFBB, Movie Game, Charlie Chocolate Factory, you know, games any game on the PS2 that I know of doesn't do this. You just put the wrong disc in and it will read a segment of the Ever disc, or a little portion of it. So let's say, for example, I talk to Patrick, okay? And he says, "What sock?" Well, since the sentence is only two words, it might say auto like, whoa, these few, because it's only like 2 words, so that it only goes on as long as it should go. Or sometimes it doesn't even do that. Sometimes it's a full sentence, like Plankton talking to SpongeBob saying, "Go away, SpongeBob, you pollute my thinking space." Well, it might just go, eat, like, let's say a line from Hit and One. Nobody does it better. You know, Bart says that or something, or see you later, Stinky Gator. It says that to Principal Skinner. It might just be like, see ya. It just repeats. It just gets stuck. Yeah, it won't actually keep reading the disc. Larry Boy is the only game I know of that, when you put the wrong disc in, it initiates file scanning glitch. Give it like a sound test. Actually, that's exactly what this is. You literally can use the Larry Boyd game to play sound tests of ever discs. Yep, you don't need Audacity. You don't need any audio tool to play the sounds. This game will allow you to play that stuff. Not all games though. Okay, some games the audio won't play right. Like I tried doing it with Monsters Inc. It just, the voice file just goes. Yeah, the voices don't play properly. I don't know why some games don't work. It's just they don't work as a disc swap. But other games will. And wait, well, why disc swapping so funny is that the voices are never right. Sometimes they're really high pitched, sometimes they're normal, sometimes they're very deep, extremely deep, kind of deep. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun glitch to mess with. And it's fun of all games, but Larry Boy especially, because you can just scan the file system. And yeah. And if you, whatever order of files that are in here, like if I grab, like if I put in my own voice into this file, it will read it. Because Larry Boy just opens all the files and starts reading them. It doesn't go upwards, okay? It goes downwards. So let's say it boots up in this folder. It will read whatever's in this folder. Then it will read the file that's below it. So that's what you do. You're probably wondering why I put in so many files. This isn't for Larry Boy. This is for Never Failing Me today. Yeah. Larry Boy, I don't have to do this over and over again because Larry Boy, unless I want to play it a second time, you know, I don't have to close the game and reopen it to hear it again or reload the save state constantly. But yeah, Larry Boy, you do want to do of this game because people that don't know why, I know people on my channel know why I do this game, but some people, I got a lot of subscribers from the Family Guy, BFB Disc Swap, a Family Guy game. And I know I got a shit ton of subscribers just from that video alone. That's why you see me doing this stuff so much, guys, because I got subscribers from this. So I don't know where the rest of the subscribers are. Like, you guys subscribe to this channel for disc swapping. I know that's what you guys like. Why aren't they watching it? Like, is it because I'm doing it of like, guys, this game is amazing. You need to check this game out or do it on your own. I'm gonna eventually yeah. In today's video, I'm obviously doing a lot of talking, so I will make a video on this stuff on its own, like, without the commentary, because I'll play the sounds on their own. Just English Simpsons Hit 1 audio, but I have to explain how this works in case you want to do this yourself. So, yeah, and you just make a BFB, actually, well, you don't even have to do this. You can just go in the Hit and 1 game and delete all the files, and just keep the sound files. And the system files. You gotta make sure that if you want to... Yeah, if you want to edit your ISO for disc swapping and remove things, don't remove these files. The SS, yeah, this, I don't know. I wouldn't touch this. This or these two. Yeah, don't touch that. The game won't boot up. Even as a disc swap, if you put the disc in, if you remove those files, your emulator is going to say missing file. Yeah, it won't even let you swap it. So if you want to delete stuff, don't delete stuff files that have those names. Just delete the game files that you don't want. This is a game, this is a mod, you know, obviously this is a copy game, I don't care what I do to it, because it's a copy. You know, it's not my base ISO. I just copy the ISO, I copy it. Yeah, obviously you copy your ISO, I should mention that, because in case that's, yeah, you don't do this to the actual BFB game you download on the internet, or your own, you would copy your ISO, then you open it, you open your copy ISO, and then you edit it. Then you use image burn to recompact your ISO and put it back together so you can run it through the emulator. So much explaining. I hate this, sometimes explain this stuff, but because it takes me half an hour for the intro, I swear, but just to explain how this works. But that's how you do this stuff if you want to do this yourself, because I like to help people with this kind of stuff in case you guys want to try this on your own. This is how you would do it. I do have fans that like disc swapping like I do. I do have fans to do this stuff like I do. So if you want to do this stuff, you want to do Larry Boy disc swap with US Hit and 1 and just grab the specific files for it. That's how you do it. Now this trick works with all PS3 games, by the way. Hit and 1 US, you actually have to do this. You can't disc swap with it. It will not work. It just goes It won't do anything. Like even when you add more files, if you don't add files, it doesn't read anything. It's just blank. But when you add an extra folder or 3 folders, then it hums. So even when you make it support disk swapping by reading a higher folder, it will just get stuck and just hum. It won't do. I don't know why. That's what happens. So you have to actually grab the specific files you want to use. I think there's probably one folder that bugs out Larry Boy in the US version. It makes it get stuck. Well, actually, if you wait long enough, maybe it will move. But it's not doing the static thing it normally does. Where it goes. It just goes. Yeah, it's weird. So. I don't know, but I'd rather just grab the files and just use the ones I want to use. So, yeah, you can do that, and then you can just have them play. This game's cool. You don't need to use Audacity. You don't need to use it. Yeah, you can just listen to the audio if you want. It's really fun. So, I'm going to do a video on the sound effect folders. Now, I think it's starting halfway in it. It's starting halfway in it. But I put it in a bunch of these files, so I think it's halfway through one of the folders, but we'll play the rest of that, and then it will read the next thing. So, and it will start from the beginning. The beginning is where it plays the picking up collector cards or items, and then coins, and then smashing vending machines, and then trees and stuff. That's the start of the audio. Then the rest of it's like some of the gags and everything else. It's a cool file. So the file I'm using today is this one. If you want to use this one, yeah, you put it in BFBB PS2, and you put your ISO back together, and Larry Boy will read this stuff. Yeah, if you want the dialogue folder, you use the dialogue folder, and you want all of them, put them all in here, and then you can even duplicate them. So if you want them to play again, it will play them again. And now it's only useful for average disc swapping. Larry Boy is the king for this because it reads the entire disc for you. I don't know why. I like doing it with this game because I can just listen to the audio. I don't have to have it just give up. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for, yeah. I meant, like, yeah. That's how you do this stuff. So, yeah, thanks for listening to me explain this, because I have to explain how this works in case you want to do this yourself. So, that's how you would do this in case somebody wants to try this themselves, because I like to explain this to people. And in case people are like, how are you doing this? So this is what you have to do. If you want to, the Europe version, you don't have to do this because you can just swap with it. And the game does start off. If you disc swap Larry Boy with Europe Hit and 1, the Europe version, it will start right before the car sounds. Oh yeah, there's a file called Cars. So there's the files you want to use that contain audio are car sounds, dialogue. There's one more dialogue folder, I forget what it's called, sound file. Then there's the sound SFX one I just showed you now. So those are the ones you want to use. But with the Europe version, you can disc swap with it, but you don't want to because it's going to go for all the languages and regions. So I want to play just the clean English audio and not repeat audio that it's already played. Like drinking the beer. Then it will finish, and then it will play like another thing, and then it will go back to the next region and play that. Come on. Yeah, even stuff that isn't voice files attached, it reuses sounds in ever folders for the ever regions, even though those aren't voice files. It reuses the same sounds in ever folder. So you're playing the same thing like 7 times. It's like, yeah, I just want to use the US version. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope this was helpful in case you want to try this yourself. So. Again, if anybody needs help with this, leave a comment and I'll help you. Because you want to try this, because you can do this with normal games too. I have a video planned today to show you something with this. So with ever disc swapping. That's why I made this file like nuts. I put a bunch of I want to show you something funny you can do with this. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is going to be a pretty quick one. It's just the sound folder. It's not a bunch of stuff. It's just a couple. Yeah. So and then I'll explain stuff at the end. At the end of this video, I'll explain some more stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video.
Ow, my ass! Woohoo! Whee! Silent alarm activated! Silent alarm activated! Silent alarm activated!
¡Ay, ay, ay! ¿Por qué es tan cruel el mundo? Ach, bolsje. Ka. Ach, arg. Uchka.
Is it the future yet? I have freezer burn on my beard. My metabolism has been slowed by frozen peas. Oh, it's cold in here. I need to move to a dumpster brand dumpster. Oh, I gotta clean up. A lady's coming over. If the dumpster's a rockin', don't you come a knockin'. Whoa, the fumes in here are psychedelic. As good a place to detox as any. Don't bother me. I just found a sandwich.
Taken! What? Snakes! Snakes everywhere! Hey, whose vomit is this? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Ah! I'm drowning in garbage water! I'm drowning in garbage water! Oh, I've seen better days, but the food is free!
My brain is bleeding. I see a bright light. Is that heaven? Now I'm blind.
For the apocalypse. We only come out to go to church. This bomb shelter is occupied. Is that you, Lord? Yay! The rapture! Stranger danger.
Remain calm, students. All is well in the school. My authority as principal is total. prisoner named Skateboarding Glory. Who's writing this crap? Have him fired? Where competitors will do time on the various jumps. Even Springfield Penitentiary has been locked down.
Who's willing now?
Quimby.
Yeah, is that character real? Who is that? That sounds like the character that's made up on the internet. Or is that character real, dude? I forget the name of him. That's Hi Homer. Who is that? That's the character that people say that was real at one point in the show. Gregor. That sounds like. I know it's not, but. Dude, that sounds like him. Who is that character, dude? Someone else sounds like that. Who is that? If you know who that is, please let me know in the comments. Like, what is that? That sounds like that Greggle or whatever, that weird like thing that people say is real and is complete made up. I mean, most people would think it's made up, but nobody mentions that. I don't know. Is that? But that's what he sounds like. Hi, Homer. Who the heck is that? Who the heck is that dude? If you know who that is, please let me know in the comments. I'm very interested in that. Who is that? Who is that supposed to be? Because that sounds like the character that they're talking about. Hi, Homer. Who is that dude? What the? You're probably wondering that didn't you hear? I can't hear that in the Halloween level because all the background sounds, like the witches and the crickets, because like nighttime. Since it's playing that sound on its own, you can actually hear that. Who is that character? Who is that character, dude? Saying hi, Homer. Hi, Homer. It's not Marge. It's like some guy. Like, who the hell is that supposed to be? Yeah, now it's reading the files again because I put the files in multiple secret folders, like separate folders. So it's gonna play the stuff, but I have to play from the beginning. Like the stuff you didn't hear, like the coins and the picking up items, like the wenches. It's sick. The Krusty signs getting smashed, the vehicles getting hit, bashing things, exploding, the kicking people, the characters running. Yeah, it's so cool. You can just play this stuff. Now with Larry Boy, that's what happens when it reaches the files. You can just listen to them. No more disc swapping. You can't do this. It just replaces it with ever. But I'm gonna do another video on this today. You're gonna see it, but not Larry Boy. I'm gonna be doing this, but that's why I added this to separate folders, like tons and tons of folders, is because normal disc swapping, I can't make it read the audio. Well, still, I can't make it read the audio. Like, it's not going to read all those lines because it doesn't read to that point. It just reads, so I can't make it. I can't listen to certain sounds. That's why it's good to do this with Larry Boy. If you want to disc swap games, they can just listen to the sounds and audio and voices because it will just play it for you. You don't have to hope it plays what you want to hear because it's just going to start and read it. Now, it will be different pitches. Sometimes the voices are fast, sometimes they're chipmunks, sometimes they're very fast. It depends where you do it in Larry Boy, where you do it in the game. It depends on where you cause it. So, just so you know that. I want to just say, before I end this, I want to see something. What does the sound menu sound like when I go to listen to... Because Alfred does talk on sounds, telling you... Because the volume has him... Because that's the wrong disc. What part of hit... What's it gonna do? Okay, that's deep. Holy crap, that's deep. I'm not gonna play that. It'll take forever. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Very cool glitch. I love messing with this. See you guys next video. Peace. Alright, I was gonna say something out. I forgot. This series is very big. My Larry Boy disc swapping content really has been... Disc swapping in general it's been a big thing with this game. I've been doing this stuff like a very long time. And I love doing it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this stuff with this game, because honestly, I've taught you guys how to do this stuff yourself. I mean, I think you guys have emulators. I'm gonna probably still do videos on this, but I don't want to do it with every game under the sun and spoil it for me and ruin it, learn surprises, and, I will probably at some point, yeah, you guys can try it yourself if you want, because I've done multiple videos. This series is getting less and less views these days. And I'm not kidding you. It's getting less and less views now. Which I don't know where all the people that like me disrupting content have gone. I don't know. I'm still putting this stuff on. The reason why I'm doing it with this game is because it reads the entire disc. You can listen to all the audio. You can just listen to it. It's sick. Why would I want to do with anything else when I can play the entire thing? Why would I want to... I'll give you an example, okay? Why would I want... Okay, let's say you want to listen to an audiobook on your CD player. Or... Yeah, let's just go with that. Let's say you want to listen to an audiobook on your CD player. Do you want to play only 5 minutes, 30 seconds of the story? Or do you want to play the whole book? You get what I mean? This game allows me to play everything. Why would I want to do it? I like notebook disc swapping too. Because it is funny seeing what characters load what lines. That is what makes it funny. Yeah, that is still funny. I like disc swapping in general. But of course I prefer doing it with this game because of this game's massive glitch with disc swapping. Disc swapping isn't supposed to do what you hear today. This is not something that normal games do, where you put the long disc in and just starts playing all the audio and you can just listen to it. No, that's not what normal games do. The reason why that's happening, I'll tell you what, in case you don't know, is Alfred, talk boxes, and Larry Boy, when any character in Bumbleberg, okay, just dialogue in general in this game. What will happen is when you have the wrong disc in there, it does not know how to handle it. So most games will just give up or read for a bit and then repeat or get stuck. No, this game, if you put the wrong disc in, it really legitimately does think that you're playing the ever game. It doesn't load the game. It literally just starts reading the games all the files that are in the disc and whatever file it's in, order. It's pretty amazing. I don't know why this game does this. Disc swapping does not do that. But I decide if you want to disc swap ever games that don't read the entire disc, but you want to play certain audio files, well, it's not going to get to them because Larry Boy, you can get to the files, but some games, the files are too far down, so if it only plays the voice clip for 30 seconds, it ain't going to get to file number Z, the very bottom of the game that has the sound files. So that's why you have to actually... Most games, you can't even get to the sound files with disc swapping because they won't play it long enough to get to them. Like Chicken Little, you're never going to be able to disc swap with Chicken Little because the voice files are they're very farther down in the disc. You can't play... It won't work. Unless some games boot up with the sound files in Chicken Little, but most games, I don't think they do. Larry Boy is good for this because you can it will reach the files and play them for you. Or you can manipulate them like I do. And make them play it by just adding the file, taking the file out and just making it play it. That's what I can do. So, normal disc swapping just replaces the sounds. So, that's when I explain how that works. So, yep. I don't know where the fan base is for this stuff. I went from 435 subscribers to over 1,000K in a month, and now I'm putting the disc swapping stuff on that people that like the stuff. I don't know where everybody is. This is what you guys liked 3 months ago. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to post what people like, so I don't know what's going on. So. I don't know, my channel as a whole, I don't understand what's going on these days. I don't know what, suddenly I'm just hated for some reason. I don't know I just hated these days. I don't know what's going on. No clue. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you know who that character is, please leave me a comment if you know who that character is supposed to be, because I would like to know. because I don't know who the heck that is. It sounds like... It does sound like the character that people say that was once in The Simpsons that was banned because he made a very inappropriate thing to... Yeah, there's something happened, but I don't think that's true. I think that people say that character's a hoax. Yeah, because I never heard of that character, and I didn't grow up with The Simpsons. Like, I watched it when I was 8, but I didn't grow up... I wasn't born in 1989, so I don't know if that character... They say he was in the show when it started, but then later on he got pulled because he was inappropriate. Like, he was Homer's one of the kids in the show, like Bert, Lisa, Maggie, and... Yeah, I don't believe that, but at the same time, it is a very interesting theory, though, or I think it's a creepypasta. But listen to that audio. Hey, Homer. That sounds like that character. Nobody else in the show sounds like that, ever than that. Who is that character? Nobody says that in Hit and One either. Hi, Homer. It's not Marge. That's not Marge's voice. It's like, hi, Homer. No, it's like a different... It sounds like the character that they're talking about. Who the frick is that character? That certainly does sound like him. It does. If you know who that character is supposed to be, is that actually him? Is that Finn? Or did that character become a meme later on? Like, maybe Simpsons used that character, someone came up with a creepypasta back in the old days or early 2000s, and they made it a rumor, they turned it into a joke. I don't know. Like, did he ever premiere in newer seasons for an Easter egg? Like, yeah, people made this character up, I'm going to put him in here for a joke. Did they? I don't know. I don't see that character in the show ever. I think I've heard of him. I swear I have, but at the same time, I don't know. I love these creepypastas and fan theories. They really make you, like, think things. It's interesting. Yeah, that's cool. I hope you guys enjoy this content. Like, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.